Welcome back to She Has Plants. In today's video, we're gonna do some chopping, propping, we're gonna move my shelf, and just do a bunch of planty chores. So I hope that you grab yourself a tea and settle down to relax. Or you can play this while you're doing your own chores. Because I was able to shorten the other trellis, I took the other part and stuck it onto my philodendron micans, just cause, you know, why not? I've got it hooked up here. Cool. You know what? I don't know what I'm doing, man. I just rearrange things all the time. I still have cuttings in here that I need to work on. I think it would be cool to have a trailing philodendron micans and one on a moss pole that's climbing, but we'll see. It's obviously going to take a lot more cuttings. I picked up some really cute cover pots from Winners. Not all of them have drainage, but you can kind of use them as oversized saucers when you have a nursery pot in them. I also got the checkered one again because I have my oxalis in a larger version of this pot. I figured, whatever, I'll get the smaller version of that. And something that I would have overlooked completely is this pet bowl. It's a pet food bowl, but I think it makes a really cute thing or piece of ceramic to corral either nursery pots in or to use as a saucer. I just think it's so cute. I figured I would shoot a bit of B-roll to just show how things were organized before, because I am thinking of moving this shelf to see if I can better profit from the lights. I'm also moving this shelf that I was using to spread the plants out. I just think it was unnecessary. It made the place look really cluttered. This is what my mom's room was looking like before, and I'm going to be adding some shelves to this closet. Now, I guess it was like a hanging rack I used to use for clothing. I managed to declutter some clothing and put the rest of the clothes that were on here somewhere else so that I could push this up against my window and be able to set this up. I just didn't want to go out and buy a new thing. I realized, oh, I've got this clothing rack that I'm not using in an optimal way. I might as well see if I can set it up for the plants without having to buy something new. I had these in the closet already. Like, I had two, one for my mom and one for me, and I realized that I could configure it in a way that I could utilize it for the plants. And I'm gonna disassemble the plant stand that I told you guys I'm not really a fan of. That means I can put it away. that's great. Just popping on to show you guys how it ended up looking. I'm actually really happy with this. I got everything off the windowsill and onto this rack, and this worked out so well. These are kind of annoying because they like flop downwards a bit, so I ended up putting the Marble Queen and Syngonium down there and the Golden Pothos as well. I have been looking for some hanging planters for this rack specifically because I can hang them in front of the window without damaging the walls and hanging things on the walls because this is a rental apartment. But I found this basket and it occurred to me, oh, this is not obstructing light and I can just pop this in and it could hold that. I mean, I don't need the extra space right now, but it's just a concept, you know, whatever. And I have the top rack unused, but I'm not planning to pop too much up there. I just want it to look like I have less plants than I do because it was chaotic before. I like to put these from takeout containers underneath my planters, even when they're on the windowsill. Although sometimes this is too big for the windowsill, but it just helps to manage water dripping everywhere. Telling you, man, these takeout containers are so handy. I use them as bottom watering devices, so to speak. I have some snake plant drying up that I want to propagate and a few empty pots. I need to figure out what to put here. I don't like these nursery pots from Dollarama. I don't know. They do have drainage, but something about them, it's not just the color, it's the shape too. I don't like it. Hoya curtisii. I want to put it, see, I like this nursery. Look at how many holes it has. It's flexible. It's going to break soon, but whatever. I cleaned it out. It fits in this pretty decently. All right, this is good. I'm going to backfill this and then remove this from the pot and then just plop it in the center. Oh, and I want to do the same for this one. I just bought this cover pot. This cover pot is similar to the large one that I found that also has dragonflies on it. How cute would this be if there was a Hoya inside that was trellised and with the dragonfly clips? I need to take care of this Shiveriana. I really don't like it in this cup. I don't know. It's just an aesthetic thing. I don't like it. It's got a little something going on in here. How you doing? Also, are you seeing my pink princess? Look at what's coming out. Hello, new friend. How you doing? Oh yeah. This is the part of the show where I'm like, what did I get myself into? It's 10 p.m. What am I doing? Okay, whoa, this is different, but en principe, my thought process is that I leave these curtains open all the time and I want some privacy. I took off the top shelf so that light can come through. Yeah, and I figured on the desk I can use it for replanting, I can use for filming, whatever. We'll see. Don't mind me. Oops. Oh my gosh. I'm going to have to pop all the plants back on. The other thing that's cool about the fact that I took out the top piece there is that there's less limit on the height. I can also push the shelf up if the plants on this level need more space. This remains the light level, and I put the oxalis back because she loves that spot. The utility cart is gonna have to have a new home because, or maybe I can like hide it in there. I just don't like that if it's there, you'll see it right behind there as soon as you come in. It's kind of ugly, so I gotta put it in the other room, I guess. But for now, it's not perfect. Nothing is, I don't know. I actually really want to get the TV here just so that it feels a little bit more, I don't even know, you guys. I need to go to bed. I have work tomorrow. Let me know what you guys think, and if you don't like it, that's okay because I can always change it back. I'm not gonna do it right away. I'm just gonna try it out for a bit and see how it goes. This is what we're working with now, which, you know, I am not mad. It's a little bit awkward because I cannot open this drawer all the way. It's just a space thing, but I just put things that I don't need to reach all the way back of the drawer for. Don't mind this. I was watering some plants and I want to repot, not really. I need to sort out the roots on this pink syngonium. Do you guys remember how I told you I got this plant from Jean Couture, which is basically like a, I guess it's like a lower end CVS situation if you were American. Anyway, hopefully that makes sense. They sell some plants there sometimes and they are potted together, and they actually potted my Shiveriana with this pink syngonium, which is, as one of you commented, pretty ridiculous considering they have both different watering necessities. So they put two plants together that are essentially not compatible just because I guess they thought that it looked cute potted together, but no. I did not record it last night, but I recently did the same for this plant, but I found that they put some sort of a netting around the roots. Are you seeing this? It's like a little ball, like a sheet. The roots are trying their darndest to get out of here and actually live a life. Like this one's even, the roots are even wandering out the bottom of it. So I have to cut it off. Like you can even see, it's like this, hopefully you can, it's like this weird white netting, like they sheathed it or something. It's just weird. Sorry, I don't like that word, it's gross. But anyways, I'm gonna cut it off. Look at it now. Look at it now. I'm telling you, you can't make this stuff up. This is the chastity belt that they put on the roots. These people are cruel. No, I think they did it to like make sure that the roots didn't get intertwined between both plants and to make sure that it stayed confined in the tiny pot that it came in so that, you know, people could buy it in time while it remains small, I guess. Needless to say, that'll be the last time I buy a plant from Jean Couture because, come on now, that's just plant cruelty. I am going to be putting it in the same pot again, but just now it's gonna have so much more room. Oh shoot, that's my phone telling me to go to sleep, if you heard the lullaby. Oh yeah, I put this rock here to like block the drainage a little bit. I usually just put like a tiny bit just to block junk from falling out of the holes, not to actually serve as like a draining thingy-majig. Okay, so it's about half, not half, but did I pull off roots? No, the roots just made like this slingshot noise because I pulled it and I got caught on the edge of the soil box. All right, So I'm gonna backfill him. But see, I'm learning every day, and I find tinkering with plants to be so relaxing. Like, it's way more relaxing than scrolling through social media and having a bunch of voices in your head other than your own. That's how I feel about planting. Where is my moisture meter? Okay, I'm just curious because I kind of mixed in some dry soil instead. Oh, and I also had a trellis in here, but let me just do this first. Can you guys see? I can't see. It says dry, dry, dry. Okay, I am going to water this top and bottom. Got my little Dollarama trellis here. It comes in a 2-pack for $1.50 or something like that, or $1.25. Honestly, so much of a good deal. I was flabbergasted when I saw that. Go Dollarama. I mean, obviously it's not the most environmentally friendly thing, but it's at least not single-use plastic, right? I think I need to clip these. Let me go. Got mini clips in here. Am I using up? I'm using up most of the mini clips. There's the size difference, right? Okay. So, can I do this without hurting the plant? Don't grip on the plant, just maybe if I go front ways, actually. Yeah, it works front ways, unfortunately. It's kind of ugly, but the other one, do I want to? Let me try. Shoot, the other one has like this, sorry, I'm going out of frame, a tiny, tiny, tiny little dude up here. I don't want to do that to him. He's gonna get squished. I've got some twisty ties. I'm just gonna tie it loosely. Tie it, twist it. I'm gonna water it. I have rainwater. Let's get this out of the way first. I'll dip this in here. These are takeout trays, by the way. I keep them. Actually, my mom kept them, and she used to hoard them before she passed away. And then I was like, oh, that's why. I realized these are super handy for watering when you don't want to go to like the bathtub. You can have like an empty, clean one, or you can use them to like take things out, work things out of the soil. This is the third leaf coming out. There was this as a second leaf, which is a bit weird. I don't know, he's a bit strangely shaped. And then this was the first leaf that it gave me. And I suspect that this is a runner. I'm not gonna touch it because it's just a little pup. Honestly, I can't wait to move the TV. It's such an eyesore right there. I really want it on this wall if I can figure out the wires. Oh my goodness, guys. In 2 days from today, it will be exactly 1 month since I've gotten this Hoya carnosa tricolor, and it is starting to grow. What the hell, man? I didn't expect to see new little thingies, and this is the first pink leaf that it's given me. There are a couple of other newer leaves where the pink or red has faded. Actually, it's red. It's not even just pink, it's freaking red. It's so cute. And then we have this newer leaf, but this one came out without any variegation. So that was just, okay, you're normal, but hello. You know, it's funny, I don't really like the way that this plant looks in this pot with this, that's actually a sour cream container anyways. It's already in plastic, but it's one of those gray clay planters, and it has a drainage hole on the bottom. Oh my gosh, doesn't that look so much more cute? I actually wanted to plant it directly in, but I'm scared that the roots will stick to it. Because obviously if I put it in that planter, it's gonna stay in there for like a year and a half because I think it's really slow growing. But I just don't want the roots to ever get stuck against the planter because that tends to happen more with terracotta or clay planters, especially when they're unfinished on the inside or unglazed. If you've made it this far in the video, please put a plant emoji in the comments and let me know what kind of video you would like to see next. On my itinerary, which I don't know if I'll film it or not, you'll have to let me know if you like to see these kinds of plant chores or not. But I did like, that's rude. That is so rude. There's so much construction on my street. I don't understand why anyone would be zooming up and down. It's dangerous. Anyhow, I purchased some from Binette Fille. It's pumice, volcanic rock, and zeolite that I'm gonna mix in with my Mammillaria spinosissima, which it's going to get separated from the pups when the pups get big enough. Hopefully by mid-September. I don't know, we'll see. And I'm thinking of chopping that plant to just kind of reset its growth pattern, although I know that once Mammillaria spinosissima is mature, it likes to lay down, which means it might need a trough planter, which is a long rectangular horizontal planter. At first I wasn't sure if I would give up the windowsill real estate for that, but since I have the rack in the room now in front of my biggest window, it's either that or I chuck the mama and just work with the pups. But I'm scared that one of the pups might die or all the pups might die. So I don't know. Let me know what you think about that in the comments. The other thing I really need to do is restake my Monstera deliciosa. I bought 2 stakes from Dollarama. They're $4.50 each. It's cedar wood. I mean, I cannot attest to the quality of it. It's definitely not finished properly and I have to be careful. Either I'll file it down so that, or sand it down rather, so that I don't get splinters while I'm installing it, or I'll just use gloves while I do it. But one of the problems I have with that plant is that it's so heavy that the little trellis that's in there now, I don't know, I feel like the soil isn't compact enough to really anchor it down. The plant's weight brings it forward and it just doesn't last when you stake it up. Does that make any sense? So if you have any tips on what I should do, like, do I have to punch holes into my plastic pot and anchor the trellis on? Not trellis, but the stakes. I don't know, I'm having a hard time with it. I won't lie. The other chore that I have to do is a little bit more of a DIY. I went to Dollarama and purchased macrame supplies to make plant holders, like the hanging kind, so I can put it on the clothing rack that you saw me install earlier in the video. And I'm so glad that I went to Dollarama for that. You have to really hunt around for that. I would go after work and I just went all over town and just went to different Dollaramas to see if I could gather the supplies, and eventually I found it at one. Because otherwise you end up buying it at a place like Michael's or Omer de Serre, which is like Quebecer Michael's, and they are so overpriced for absolutely no reason. So that is basically the little recap. If you want to see those type of chores, if you've made it to the end of this video, let me know in the comments, and you're a real one if you did. Love you all, and I hope that you guys enjoy your houseplants as much as I do. See you in the next video. Bye!